found was in part based on what we had been providing his superiors. So I've been working with, for example, the lead investigators who managed the black budget and the agencies, the three-letter agencies for armed services and intel for quite some time. And so based on that information, he was able to confirm, in fact, that's true. So I think the audience needs to understand there's a legal black budget. In other words, very few people are read into it in Congress, and very few people at the presidential intelligence level would know, and those were legal. I'm talking about projects like he was referring to that is basically a misappropriation and often embezzlement of funds from the budget that go into unsanctioned and unapproved programs. So let's call that the illegal black budget. And the illegal black budget is the big one because that's how you're building these man-made UAPs. And, if you look at it, it's a very simple, I'll give people an analogy and bring this down to earth. Let's say that the government, we the people, are being billed $2 billion a copy for the B-2 stealth bomber. In reality, it probably costs around $150 million a copy. The other 1.8 or so billion goes through the back door onto unsanctioned and unapproved projects. And so we have done a very careful analysis of this. And there are many departments and agencies in the government that have, in fact, had money, it's frankly embezzlement, without the knowledge and approval of the Congress or the White House to go into these illegal projects. So one of the big problems that the Congress has not quite got its mind around is that all these operations dealing with UAPs have been run unconstitutionally and illegally since about 1957 to 1960.
Okay, so let's talk about the next topic that got covered over there. And that's that non-human biologics were found at a crash site.
Oh, yeah.
So basically what Grush said that he knows of multiple colleagues who were injured by UAPs. He also said that he had interviewed individuals who had recovered non-human biologics from crashed UAPs. He refers to the term non-human rather than alien or extraterrestrial. Now, when he was asked by Representative Burleson to substantiate the crashed UAP claim, the former intelligence official said he could not divulge the specific details. He said it was too sensitive to share with the public. He did, however, describe the nature of what he saw. He said, I have to be very careful here, but what I personally witnessed myself and my wife was very disturbing. A Pentagon spokesperson spoke to NBC about this, and he claims that all of Grush's claims are false.
Nope, they're not false. All those are substantial. The only part that he has not gotten correct is that he doesn't understand that there are a number of humans that have been injured by UAPs, but they're not the extraterrestrial ones, they're the human ones. And this is the big scandal that's being swept under the cover. So there are people out there who are actively misinforming people like Grush, who was not read into these projects directly. I, for example, just came back from 2 black sites out west. And these 2 black sites were where we have illegal electromagnetic pulse weapons that have targeted ET craft, but also have, incidentally, if someone flies into that area in a private aircraft, are killed. We also that's a big legal case we may be pursuing. The other big problem is that these man-made UAPs have been used to stage false alien injuries. And so when you hear about a lot of those, that's sort of a psychological warfare program that started probably in the late 50s, early 60s, where they used man-made objects that look like, to anyone who's not educated on the matter, would look like an alien spacecraft to simulate alien events. And so this is a false flag type operation. We have a 1953 document signed by the director of the CIA that talks about, and I'm quoting, the psychological warfare value of the UFO subject. And then there's another document from 1985 from the CIA that talks about how they were using man-made UAPs and creatures that look like aliens to abduct and kill people in Brazil and Argentina. Now, the renowned astrophysicist Jacques Vallée has that document, but has been intimidated not to release it. But he has admitted he has it. So this is a very dark pool to dive into, what you're bringing up right here. But, people who were never firsthand in the projects, like Mr. Grush, they don't know which of these accounts are actually of extraterrestrial origin and which are man-made.